What's up, and welcome to the Conjecturing Podcast. I'm your host, Laura, and joining me tonight, we've got Rob.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Sawmiss.
Oh, and we got Greg.
Yo, what's up, guys? Happy holidays. We're here. We're doing it.
We're here. You're welcome. We're here. Good night.
You're welcome. Goodbye. See you next year.
We barely made it. We had to travel from the North Pole. We had to come down into a dirty bathroom. But we're here, everybody. Yeah.
Oh man, no! Take me back to the North Pole. I don't want to be here. Take me out. Yes. On that note, like Rob said, Merry Sawmiss. We're back to doing an older movie. Oh, these lights I'm wearing jingle. Did you hear that?
Yeah, here. Nice. Some ASMR for people that like it.
Oh, that sounds good. Can you keep doing that? Actually,
okay, stop doing that. Stop doing
that. No.
Okay.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Greg's getting a jigsaw. He's getting a jigsaw.
Greg's getting a jigsaw. Oh my god.
Beat my puzzle. Yes.
All right, so what are we doing, Laura? What are we doing tonight?
We are doing 2004 Saw. Oh my god, we haven't done an older movie in a while.
How did this come to pass? Like, we've been doing a lot of new movies. Tell us how we landed in 2004 land.
Well, this was actually a request, which I'm super pumped about because it's been a while since we've not only had one, but taken one. I feel like we've just been like,
whoa, a little. I don't know. I take them all the time, but
okay. Let me get back to it. This was requested by CrafterFilms on Twitter, X, YouTube. So yeah, super excited to do this, and really excited to do it as our holiday episode. I actually don't know why we chose this as our holiday episode, but it just works.
I guess like online this has become a thing saying that like Saw is like a Christmas franchise now because of the 2023 Saw X that came out, Saw 10, and somebody flipped the sign upside down and it spells out Xmas. And so that became like a whole meme. Like all of our backgrounds I think are like because of that. So like Billy the puppet is like, you know, a little elf and stuff, and then so like in my mind it's just like Saw is now a Christmas film. I mean, similar to way Die Hard is a Christmas film because there's like a fucking tree in one scene in the background, you know? It's
okay,
like,
whoa. Die Hard.
I don't know if we're going there. Are we going there?
Die Hard is 1,000% a Christmas movie. And it's not only is it, there's not just one Christmas tree. It's like a Christmas party is happening.
That's true. It is a Christmas
in the
party.
building through the whole movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'll give you that.
So don't go there.
All right, okay, all right.
But
I don't know. I saw a Christmas tree in the toilet, so this is a Christmas movie to me. Okay.
Oh,
I also think like
toilet?
Jigsaw is very concerned whether you've been naughty or nice.
Definitely.
Do you agree?
Ooh.
Y'all gotta agree.
I agree.
With that.
I agree.
That's
I
huge.
concur.
He is Santa Claus.
Yeah, he wears a
It's a
red
Christmas film.
gown thing. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this movie a little bit. So, directed by James Wan. You guys, I forgot that. That was like such a shock.
Really?
Wow.
I don't know. I do not think of this
crazy.
movie when I think of James Wan. I don't know.
I mean, I do just because I love James Wan, so I know like all his horror movies.
You know everything.
But I mean, like, to me, Conjuring is still like my favorite James Wan
Yeah.
film. But this is the one that kicked it off. This is the one that started for him.
Damn, man. Yeah. So that's crazy. So this movie stars a lot of people. It stars Cary Elwes. Of course, it's so weird seeing him in this movie. Like, I literally, the top 3 movies I think of with this guy is Princess Bride, Robin Hood Men in Tights,
Absolutely,
and Liar Liar. I don't know why.
That's right.
Do you guys remember him in Liar Liar?
That's right.
I just want him to like, oh, you're scared of the claw. You know that scene? Like, I just want him to do that in
He's
this
also
movie.
in Stranger Things. He's also in Stranger Things. He's the mayor.
He is in
right?
Stranger Things.
Season 3? Season 4? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy. This movie also has Danny Glover. I think we all forgot he was in this movie.
Yeah, I was surprised when he showed up. I was like, oh my God, I forgot 90% of this story. So yeah.
And let's be honest. Like when he popped into this movie, he was Detective Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon. Like he was no different. He was too old for this shit. He was ready to catch the bad guy, and he was ready to shoot someone with a revolver.
He's also like the same detective in Predator 2? Predator 2 he's a detective. He just plays the same detective like in everything he's in. But
it's so true.
So funny.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he plays Detective Tapp. And then we've got Ken Luong as Detective Singh. Lee Wanell plays Adam.
Do you guys know who Lee Wanell is? Do you guys know who he is, actually? Well, first of all, he wrote this movie. He's the writer of this movie, of Saw. And then he has moved into directing. He did the new Wolfman that just came out recently in like a last year or two. It wasn't a great film, but he's great. But he did do one of our banger underrated films we did back in the day, which was The Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss.
Oh shit!
He's the director. He's the director of that film, which I mean, that movie was like so great and so unexpected, and I loved it. But yeah, he's good. He's a good director. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
And this movie also stars Michael Emerson as Zed, and then Tobin Bell as our
Michael Emerson from Lost. Did you guys watch Lost, by the way?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I recognized him when he walked. I was like, oh my god, what's his name from Lost?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ben from
Ben. Right.
Ben. That's right. Oh god,
always plays a good creeper. Dude. He plays a good creeper and everything.
A good creeper, right?
I know. Does he ever not play a creeper?
I don't think so. He's just a good creeper.
He just has that look.
Throw on some spectacles, and he just looks so weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this movie had a $1 million budget, and it made $104 million in the box office.
Wow, nice.
Whew.
Pretty crazy. And it actually came out the same opening weekend as The Grudge. So I think The Grudge technically did better, like for the opening Halloween weekend. Because I actually remember when The Grudge came out, like seeing that. I saw that first. But no, it obviously did really well. And at the time, and this is no longer the case, but at the time, it became the most profitable horror film after Scream.
Oh, wow.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like almost 100%, like, or like 1,000%, like, profit on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the idea of like, so they call this movie Saw, and we obviously know why, but like they could have easily called it Jigsaw. They could have called it like a million other things. Like the fact that they called it Saw, like to me is really interesting. I feel like it taps into like the idea of like what really bothers people with body horror. I don't know. Like I feel like that just like naming it Saw was like a really interesting choice and probably like helped market it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, one of the movies is called Jigsaw.
Oh yeah.
Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. I mean, this became a franchise. 10 movies. We clearly got to catch up and see more. So. Mm-hmm. Well, let's get into it. So,
let's go. Okay.
Hey, a guy wakes up in a dirty bathtub. That's how it starts, right? I mean, the opening cannot get better than that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's in a pitch black room, and he's like shackled to a pipe. And I mean, this room is like dilapidated, grimy bathroom. I mean, he's in like a warehouse or something?
Yeah.
Like a bathroom in a warehouse?
Yeah, I don't think he even knows that, but like, yeah. I mean, my first thought was like, what must it smell like in there? Like, it looks so gross and grimy.
It's grimy.
There's like
very
feces
grimy.
like all over the walls and stuff. Like somebody painted stuff on the walls and shit. Like, I mean, it must have smelled like horrible.
It's nasty. Yeah.
And they're like, the thing is like they're like barefoot too. Like they're chained up to these pipes, gross. And it's like every surface is grimy and moldy, and like just you imagine it's just like surfaced with filth. It just, I don't know, like I hadn't seen this movie. The first time I saw it was in 2005, probably a year after it came out, and then so it's been 20 years. It still looks disgusting.
Mm-hmm. It's gross.
I don't know. Like, what did you guys think when you were rewatching it here?
It's just as disgusting as I remember.
Yeah, it was nasty.
He like reaches into the toilet. It's like, oh my
God.
Yeah,
we're not there yet. Yeah, we're not there. We're still, he woke up in a bathtub. We got a long movie to go.
I cannot process this. It's too soon.
Yeah. It might be like the most horrific thing in this movie.
That's what I think too. Okay, we'll get there. Yeah,
all right, okay.
But he hears another voice. There's another man in there. So the guy that just woke up, his name is Adam. Lawrence is the other man in the room. And so he's also like locked up in this exact same room. And Lawrence, pretty quickly finds the light switch. And that's when you really see the full picture of this horrible room. But what they find when the lights turn on is that there's like an older dead guy lying in the middle of the room. And he's holding a gun in one hand and a tape recorder in the other. And it appears that he has blown his brains out. I mean, his head is just like brain
blood everywhere,
and the blood is everywhere. And both men can't remember like how they got there and why, like why they're there. But we learn that Lawrence is a doctor. That's definitely helpful information. And Adam, I think the next scene is Adam reaches into his back pocket and he finds a cassette tape. And so once he does that, that prompts Lawrence to reach into his back pocket. He also has a cassette tape. But Lawrence also has a key and a bullet.
Yeah, that's true.
And so Adam uses his shirt to try to like pry the cassette player out of the dead guy's hands.
Yeah, because the cassette players say "play me," so they know they need to play these tapes to see something.
Exactly. Yeah. And once he's able to get it and he puts his cassette tape in, that's where we hear the famous scary voice, Greg, you gotta give it a shot. I gotta hear it.
Do you want to play a game?
Oh, that was like...
Maybe I was a serial killer in a past life. Maybe I wasn't, but maybe I was. But maybe I wasn't, but maybe I was.
Greg, yours was weirdly like sexual. I don't know. Especially at the end, your voice kind of went up like,
I'm not going to deny your observation. I'm just going to say that Jigsaw, if he wanted to, he could make a really sexual game out of this.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Have you guys ever seen online that like image of like the puppet Jigsaw and he's like all buff and he has like spiral nipples? Have you guys ever seen that?
Oh my god, no.
Yes, I have not seen that, but that sounds amazing.
Oh, okay. If I'm editing this video, I'm gonna definitely put that in the video. You guys can all see it. It's it's horrifying, but sexy. So
I wouldn't be surprised about the possibility that there's like a BDSM crossover with this.
Oh, 100%.
Like whole lore.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Right,
yeah, it's like lock me up in a basement, like put some shit in my butt. Yeah.
Like I'm sure people are like looking at Jigsaw and like, hear me out.
Yeah. Wait, Jigsaw or Billy the Puppet? Which one?
Billy the Puppet.
Billy Puppet. Yeah. I don't think we all want to bang an old guy, but Billy Puppet maybe, you know? Yeah.
Oh God.
Hey, some people do.
Well,
don't dismiss.
Yeah. I'm not
don't be an ageist, Rob.
I'm not. As the youngest one on this pod, I'm not doing that. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to the plot after that. So Adam plays his tape, and his tape basically says that he's been like apathetic in life and like pathetic. Yeah. And will he let himself die, or is he gonna actually do something about it? So his tape doesn't have a whole lot on there. He throws it to Lawrence, and Lawrence plays his cassette tape, which has like...
We do have to talk about one thing, though, in this movie, and it's constant with these two motherfuckers. These guys do not know how to throw anything.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah,
Rob,
no.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean... with like 1,000 years of my ancestors' gratitude toward you. Thank you for fucking saying that.
So ridiculous. I appreciate like everybody knows, like, if you're throwing something to each other, you go underhand. You toss it.
Bro, it bothered me every overhand throw. I was so yelling at the screen, Rob. Thank you.
Yeah, they would literally like chuck the thing to each other, but then also like in the editing floor, it would not land where you saw their hand release. Like he would release super high in the air, and it would be like down on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, has anybody ever like seen or thrown a baseball or like any type of object like and like maybe how gravity works, James Wan? Because I was like, that was the one thing, they kept throwing things at each other like with velocity, and I'm like, what are you doing? It was so
I don't care
funny.
if you're a professional Major League Baseball pitcher. Yeah. You do not chuck a mini cassette to someone 20 feet away.
No, it's gonna break.
Underhand everything. It's gonna break. I honestly, I thought I was crazy for like that driving me like nuts. So appreciate you bringing that up.
It was, dude. Yeah. Every time. They never threw anything underhand, like anything. No. It was all overhand and like with velocity.
No.
It was
crazy. The key, the tape. It's like
anything,
dude. What are you guys
thinking? Especially something like the key, because I'm like, you guys, you're like shackled up. If it goes too far, forget it. You can't get it. Yeah,
right.
That was kind of weird.
All right. Off our tangent, everybody. Off our tangent.
That was a good tangent.
In the comments, though, let us know. That's just bonkers, though, right, everybody? Okay, all right, okay.
Oh my God. Okay. So, Lawrence's tape. Yeah. His tape says so much more. It says, well, it talks about how he's a doctor and how all he does all day is like tell people they're going to die. It also tells him he has until 6 p.m. because there's a clock in there. He has until 6 p.m. to kill Adam, or else his wife is named Allison and his daughter's name is Diana, or else they'll die. But he also gets like hints in his tape. Like he gets, Jigsaw says like X marks the spot. And at the end he has like a follow your heart, like a quick
it's
clue.
like a whisper and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And he actually also says in the tape that the guy that's dead on the floor, he had like poison like pumping through his veins. And so
his blood or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's why he likely shot and killed himself. And then of course the cassette ends with the famous "Let the games begin." So yeah, I mean, obviously we have the setup. This guy's playing a really twisted fucking game with these guys. So the first clue they latch onto is the follow your heart. And this is the scene that we've kind of already hinted, like there's a brown heart on the toilet. And so for some reason, the first reaction is stick your hand in the shit. Just right in the shit and see what you can find.
Why wouldn't you go for the lid first? Like, why are you
gotta go for the water
shit?
tank. You gotta go for the water tank. Yeah.
Oh man. And the inside the bowl is just like it's disgusting.
It's poop.
Like, it's brown, but there's also like I paused it, guys. I paused it. So like there's actually like a yellow like ring and shit. And so like when he's moving his hand around, it's almost like a film on top, like it was some type of like grease or like food product like hanging on. It was fucking nasty too.
This really was the worst scene. It was disgusting. Like more disgusting than anything else in this movie.
And then sadly he pulls out nothing. So I'm just like, you did it all for nothing, dude. Yeah.
He pulls out nothing, and then he goes to the top part where he of course finds something, and he's like, oh, I wish I would have done that first.
Yeah, exactly.
That was actually kind of funny, actually, to me.
Yeah. So he pulls out like a black garbage bag, and inside this garbage bag is 2 saws.
Yeah, like hacksaws.
Yeah, hacksaws. And so they immediately, he throws one to Lawrence and they immediately start trying to saw through their chains. But obviously that's not working at all. And that's when it hits Lawrence like, oh, they're not for our chains. Like he wants us to saw our feet off, like to get out.
That's fucking bonkers.
Yeah. And that's kind of when it hits Lawrence who this is. I mean, he figures it out pretty quickly. And so we get our first of many flashbacks, which
I forgot a lot of the flashback and forward and like doing reveals within a flashback. It was like kind of like, oh wow, I forgot a lot of this shit.
There's a lot to the point where I'm like, we were in a flashback more than we were in the bathroom, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, because like I said, all I mostly remember is like the bathroom sequences. Like I mostly remember that. I don't remember a lot of like all the other stuff in this movie. Yeah. Well,
let's get into it.
Because the flashback is because Lawrence is suspected of being the murderer, right? That's why.
Yeah.
Right, because his pen light was so essentially he's a doctor, and as a doctor you have a bunch of like, I don't know, some doctors have like, they got merch, they got like paper pads, they got like pen lights. So his pen light was found at the crime scene of someone who had died. So like he was a suspect. So that's how he was like roped in by the police to be like, okay, what do you know about this crime scene, this murder that had happened? So like that's how he kind of knew that, okay, now I'm sort of involved in this, right?
Yeah, and you're getting the backstory finally of like who this jigsaw killer is through Lawrence, because the police told him and this and that.
It reminded me honestly of like Seven.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Didn't it?
Yeah. When did Seven come out? Was Seven after this or before this?
I think it was before.
Because they are very similar when it comes to like the way these things work. Very similar. Even like the aesthetic visually is very similar.
That was the most comparable aspect was the aesthetic. Yeah.
Go for it, Laura. You want to talk about the flashbacks or what they're talking about?
Yeah, so like the flashbacks are really they show you a lot. They show you, I guess they show you 3 like different scenes that Jigsaw was a part of. The very first one, which kind of opens up this flashback, is detectives arrive at a place where there's like a man, and he is dead and kind of suspended in a bunch of razors and barbed wires.
Like
right.
yeah.
And he's just he's bled out. He's cut so deep, especially in his abdomen. And there's like guts coming out. And they find the tape. The detectives find the tape player there. And the tape player says something along the lines of that this man was cutting his wrists with a razor blade. And so that's why Jigsaw targeted him and basically was like, if you want to survive, you now have to like go through the razors to survive, which he
and he does the same thing they said with the guy on the floor, because he says like, oh, I put like a poison in your blood, and you have 3 minutes to get out, and I'll give you the antidote. And so like he has to like climb through the wire to try to get out to get the antidote.
Yeah,
but he does not make it.
And that one was crazy because there was a lot going on in that one. Like, it wasn't just the getting what he needed and like having to figure out the code that was all over the wall, but he also had a substance all over him, and then he like lit on fire.
Well, that's a different person. That's a different person.
Oh, I thought that was the same guy.
No, so you have the fat
Different
guy,
person,
you fat
right.
guy in the barbed wire. Because they show 3, I think, right? It's the fat guy in the barbed wire.
They show Amanda. Yeah. So Paul is the guy with the razor wire. Then it's like Amanda, we find out she's like basically the bear trap person. And then you have Mark. He's the one who was like doused in like flammable jelly
chemical,
or something, right?
And there's a candle. Okay. He has a candle, but like, the code to get out of the room is written on like the walls, but it's dark. So he has to hold the candle to try to find this like number code. And he just like, it falls and he just burns to a crisp. Yeah.
There's just no way. There's no way you would figure that out. Yeah. So I definitely want to talk about the Amanda scene. So once Lawrence's alibi is like cleared and he's down at the station, they make him stay and listen to her. She's one of Jigsaw's victims that did survive.
I know. And I was trying to figure out, do you think that was because they were trying to really push him to see his reaction if he is the actual killer? You know what I mean? Because at this point, they think he is the killer still.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, through this whole movie, Detective Tapp, like, still thinks he's the killer, actually. So, like, I think they made him watch to be like, oh, let's see his, like, facial reactions when she's talking about things. See if there's, like, a twitch or a smile to kind of show, like, oh, he does know what he's doing. He did do this. But it's like,
wait. What do you mean? Like, are you asking about John Crater, like John's motives?
No. Dr. Lawrence. Like, why would the detectives make Dr. Lawrence listen to this like story?
Yeah. So they did that because they thought that, like, honestly, this is my opinion, is that they didn't know who they were, what they were dealing with, who they were dealing with. So they thought that this is like, the doctor is literally their only lead, and they thought, hey, maybe you can like listen to her testimony and hear about it. Like, is it realistic? No. He's being like exposed to information that's privy to an active investigation. So they wouldn't tell him that. But I think there's a lot of stuff in this movie that like probably isn't realistic. Like especially the fact that like when they go, hey, do you like let's open up this warehouse. Do we have a warrant? Who said anything about a warrant? There's like bullshit like that. Like like law enforcement really wouldn't do. They wouldn't bring like a doctor into an active investigation. But like, for movie purposes, we're told to believe it. And I think they're like, we're meant to think that they're desperate. So, hey, if this doctor had a pen light that was found at a crime scene, look, they're desperate for solutions. So they want to let him hear what she has to say. Yeah. Again, is it believable? I don't know, but like they're trying to like advance the story through him.
Yeah,
that's true. But what she says is very important. So,
right.
Laura, what did she say?
So she explains, her situation. She obviously woke up with that reverse bear trap on her jaw and was told like, it seemed like she only had like 60 seconds, which is totally unrealistic, but maybe that was wrong. Maybe it was a few minutes. I don't know.
That seems about right. I think it's 60 seconds. It's like one turn of the dial. Once she gets up, though, she gets triggered. So.
Right, once she gets up. And she's told that there is like a dead cellmate in her room. And the key, which is for the lock of the back of the reverse bear trap, is hidden in his belly. So she goes over to this guy he's just laying there, seems dead, and she sees a knife. And right as she's about to cut open his stomach, his eyes open. He isn't actually dead. He's just fully paralyzed. And doesn't matter. She cuts through him, takes out all his intestines, finds the key, is able to open up the trap before it goes off, and survives. And once she's able to do that, that's the first time I think we see Billy the puppet roll in, fucking doll here on our backgrounds, tricycle. Roll in. And Jigsaw says, congratulations. And we learn that she was a drug addict. And so that's why she was targeted. Like, she's throwing her life away because she's a drug addict. But it was her reaction to surviving. I don't know if you guys want to get into that. Like, she was happy that he did this to her. She's like, he saved me.
Yeah, I think the detectives ask her, like, because I think the whole thing is, like, Jigsaw's, the Billy puppet says, like, at the end, like, oh, life will taste sweeter to you now. Like, you should be happy to be alive. And I think the detective asks her, like, are you, like, happy to be alive now? And she's just like, yes. Like, yeah.
Well,
like,
she was like, she said, yeah, he saved me or he healed me or something. And this is the part where, like, I think as an audience, as a moviegoer, you realize you kind of figure out who you're dealing with, right? So, like, I feel like she's being asked to choose, like, life over so she's a drug addict, right? And, like, her survival is presented as proof at this point in the movie that that Jigsaw's methods work. The thing is like, the psychological trauma that she carries is like, it basically speaks to, like, her obeying him, right, rather than her healing, because she was like, oh yeah, he healed me. So, like, did either of you guys think, oh yeah, so she's cured, she's never gonna she's never gonna take another hit of, like, a drug ever again? I was not convinced. In my opinion, I thought, oh, in that moment, she probably, like, just decided that, like, he saved her from the problem that I didn't feel like she was cured in any way.
Yeah, it's hard to answer that because, like, I mean, spoilers. Like, she, what she becomes. Like I know that already, what she becomes. So it's kind of hard to answer that in that moment. I can't go back and remember what I thought, 20 years ago or whatever it was like. Yeah. So it's hard. But I mean, I would like to think that that's what you thought seeing it for the first time.
Because they don't show her. Like, I mean, it would be one thing if, like, they show her, like, a week later she's clean and she, like, starts a whole new life. Like, maybe she gets, like, a job and she turns her whole life around. I might think a little bit different of Jigsaw and John. But, like, the fact that, like, they stopped right there just made me feel like he's just a sadist. And he just wanted to see her squirm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing they do mention through a lot of the murders they're talking about is, like, somebody's watching, actually.
Right.
Like, they find, like, peepholes and stuff, so they know, like, because technically they do make a point of say he's actually never murdered anybody. Right. Like, they killed themselves. So technically he's not even really a murderer, I guess, but they do say, like, he likes to watch, though. So, yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Which is really interesting. I honestly, this is where, like, I remember watching this movie for the first time 20 years ago and thinking that is totally refreshing and innovative. I don't think we had ever seen a horror movie serial killer who was like, absolved of the murders. A person who would, like, set up situations for people to murder themselves or kill themselves. So, like, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I think it just goes back to how, and we should talk about this at the very end, but we all felt like this movie was genius when it came out.
Oh, yeah.
And at so time, I can't wait to eventually talk about how we, like, feel about it now, 20 years later. But okay, so going back to the slew of flashbacks, we have one more flashback before we go back to the room with them. And this flashback is showing you Lawrence's family. It's showing you his wife and his daughter. And we quickly gather from this flashback that, like, he and his wife are not doing great. They're kind of on the outs. And his daughter, Diana, is sleeping in her room. And she keeps sensing something, hearing, seeing something. And so she tells her dad, like, there's a man in my room. And he just doesn't believe her. Like, kids, that's when they say monsters are under my bed. And so he fucking just like, nope, there's not a man in here. You're good, little thing. I'm out of here. I'll definitely get back to this very soon. But put a pin in that because I have choice words. Anyway, so he goes back to the room where they are. And so Lawrence is talking about his family, and he pulls out his wallet and throws it over to Adam to show him like a photo of his wife and daughter. And Adam actually pulls out a photo and sees a now picture of the wife and daughter gagged, tied up.
Like a Polaroid.
So like they've been kidnapped. They are in big trouble. And when he flips it over, it says, X marks the spot. Sometimes you see more with your eyes shut.
Another clue.
Another clue. And he doesn't tell Lawrence this right away. This is the big thing about Adam. He gets information and he like very strategically waits for when he decides to tell Lawrence.
Wouldn't you guys? Like, wouldn't you?
I guess. I mean, we didn't even talk about too, like when he pulls out the trash bag from the toilet.
Because this is not revealed yet. You don't know this yet.
I didn't. But still, you see it though. There is a glimpse where like you see him look into the bag, and you could tell watching like. There's something else in there, and he throws it behind his back into like the. So you know, like there's something else in there that he's not telling him. But I mean, I guess like you said, Greg, he still doesn't even know who this person is. Like Lawrence is saying, like I'm a doctor, I'm this, I'm that. Like I mean, for all he knows, I guess he could be the actual killer. Like So I mean, would I like hide I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, what would you do in those situations? I probably just drown myself in that shit toilet. Probably just be like, fucking done with it. But yeah.
So now it takes us to another technically flashback, even though we're getting to scenes that have happened maybe like 12 hours prior or something like that. And it's the daughter in her room again, except this time you see a fucking eyeball staring at her in the closet.
That was creepy.
That
was so creepy.
Now I'm like, your daughter says she sees a man in her room. You don't fucking check? You don't check the closet?
You guys gotta tell me, like, okay, I would be like, I'm going upstairs right now. I'm beelining to that closet and like opening it up and making sure there's not a human being there about to kill my family.
Yes.
You guys do the same thing.
I don't know. I think I would just be like, yeah, you're making up stories, man. Come on.
Rob's like, if it was like my daughter, then no. If it was my son, then maybe.
I don't know. I mean, like, if my kid was like, there's like, I mean, I guess it is different. If a kid said like, there's a monster.
There's a man.
Yeah, there's a monster in my closet, but specifically say there's like a man. I guess that is different. That is like very specific,
Like,
okay,
this
so like
guy clearly sucks.
A couple of weeks ago, like my youngest, like randomly out of nowhere, said to us, "Oh my god!" He was like, "Oh, thank you. Finally, he's gone." It's like, what do you mean he? And then what do you mean he's gone? And he wouldn't specify.
Fucking jigsaw.
I'm just like,
holy shit.
I'm taking all of that seriously. I don't know, but like it's good storytelling.
But you don't know. You don't have any reference of like a room or like his bedroom or like you have no reference.
I started twitching. Stressed me out.
Well, he looks at the same corner every time for sure.
Oh no, Greg! Oh my god!
Yeah,
wow. Fuck, Greg.
Your kid gets the shine, dude. He's the shine,
dude.
All I know is like I'm not acting. So like this is the thing that did hit me now. And it didn't hit me 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was a freaking kid. I don't know anything about being like a family man, a dad, someone with a child. And like now watching Dr. Lawrence like work late, he's typing up. You can tell he's trying to like wrap up an email to like before he tends to his kids. And it's like that part kind of hits me. And I realize like I do that all the time. And I go like, and I think they're trying to give you a cautionary tale. They're trying to say like, hey, like don't like take your kids seriously, like pay attention to them, and it's like that part kind of got me. And it's like, man, like, I don't know.
I feel like you should run upstairs right now and just whip your kid's closet open and be like, who's in here?
Oh my god. I don't want to be a part of that. Don't do that on this call, please. Oh man. Okay. So back to the eyeball. We see the guy's eyeball. It's fucking what's his name?
Yeah, so earlier in the movie, like
Zep.
one of the flashbacks when Dr. Lawrence starts saying like I'm a doctor, you know, blah blah blah.
I missed
do
this flashback.
There is like a flashback of him talking to some like clinical like training
like
doctors.
residents.
It's a residency.
Yeah,
exactly.
and he's saying like, oh, this is John Kramer. This guy has like an operable brain tumor, blah blah blah. And then like this guy walks past the background. He's like an orderly or like a janitor, and I think he says something like, oh yeah. He says something about John Kramer, like he's like,
a very interesting man.
very interesting. Yeah, it was totally creepy from the beginning.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, thank you, Zep, or whatever the fuck his name is." So like, you've already seen this guy's face. So then, when you see the eyeball, it's not just an eyeball. You kind of see like half his face, and you're like, "Oh, that's fucking Zep. That's clearly fucking Zep." Yeah.
Was it Zep though that time?
Yeah.
It was. It was.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's Zep. Yeah, so in this fight, so you see the eyeball, and then all of a sudden, this is probably the second scariest scene in this movie for me. You see him walk out in like a gray sheet, like very Halloween
really
Michael
creepy.
Myers, to like grab the daughter. And at this exact same moment, the mom is walking in. So like, you know, she's obviously like, oh my God, and crazy. But
I mean, I guess you'd have to freak out if you walked in and like some cloaked like thing was like hovering over your child. That's freaking crazy, right?
Yeah. So you're right, it is Zep. So he ties them up, is kidnapping them. And it's really fucking scary because he is, you know, he's got the, what's it called? Why am I blanking?
Is it a stethoscope?
Stethoscope. Thank you. He's
Right,
got that.
right.
And he's listening to their
heartbeat.
hearts.
Oh, that was a cool
their heartbeats.
scene.
It was really interesting.
Yeah.
So he like listens to
Why
both
was he doing
heartbeats.
Just to be
Because he
fucking
wanted
creepy.
to hear their fear. So then he puts the gun closer to their heads and listens again, and their
it goes
heartbeats have
higher.
sped up.
Yeah.
Just fucking
It was
gross.
That was a cool scene. That was cool because I'm like, wow, that's fucking creepy. Yeah.
So after this scene, it actually goes back to the detectives, and they are actually it's a Glover's character, Tap. Why am I forgetting everyone's name?
Tap.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, Tap. Zep, Tap, Sing. Anyway,
Very one line. Yeah. Very one syllable. Yeah.
he's like obsessed, and he's listening to one of the jigsaw tapes that they had found, and he actually catches that there is a fire alarm going off in the background. So. You know, he does all his little detective shit, and they're able to find like this is like the vicinity, and this is the time frame, and these are all the places where a fire alarm went off. So they quickly narrow it down and find like Jigsaw's lair, I guess we'll call it. So Tap and Sing arrive, and they go inside, and it's just like creepy as all hell. They find a diorama, which is literally exactly the bathroom with the two guys.
Yes,
I
that was
really want to see fucking Jigsaw. I mean, we won't reveal his name yet in case somebody's watching for spoilers, but Jigsaw, like, making the diorama, like, sticking the little pins in, like, I just want
How
to
does
see.
he do any of this stuff?
There's just,
Well,
there's
actually,
only... What?
Wow.
What happened? You don't,
I just-
you think he made somebody else make that for him, like, with a tape?
No, it's just that some of my gripes that I wasn't even really going to bring up because it doesn't really matter is kind of like, how does such an old guy fucking run around and like, and it's very malignant. And now I'm like, James Wan,
Yeah,
I
get
see.
Well, honestly, like I appreciate Jigsaw as like a logistics guy. I feel like in some ways this movie is secretly about just planning. Like the timing,
definitely. Oh
the
my God.
contingencies, the audio tapes, the multiple locations.
man.
Like to me, watching this movie 20 years later, Jigsaw isn't scary because he's violent. He's scary because this bitch is organized. Like
He's a
he
genius.
knows
Yeah.
he's a genius. He knows how and when to like make things happen. And if if you watch this movie with the idea of like he's gonna win no matter what, it's really creepy because he's thought of like every alternative, every dead end. He's thought of everything.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they find the diorama, they find the doll, or the puppet, whatever. And then they find a fucking man who's tied up in some contraption with like
super good
two
jump
nails.
scare too. Yeah, super good jump scare. When it's just like they have like a sheet over the puppet, they pull it off, they reveal that, and then there's like another giant sheet covering something else, and they kind of like turn to it, and then the sheet's like, oh, and it starts like shaking and shit. And you're like, holy crap! Like similar to Audition, like you shouted out, Greg. Similar to Audition and shit with the fucking what's that? The bag on the ground and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
With a shaking bag. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole scene is crazy because like Jigsaw walks in. He's cloaked though, so you still can't really see who he is. I feel
he's wearing a Santa outfit. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's coming from the North Pole. Yeah.
That's why this is a Christmas movie.
Honestly, it was red and white. It was very Santa-ish. I won't take that.
Yeah.
There you go.
So he arrives and like, you know, at first they try to hide because they want to see what he's going to do, but then they end up like, you know, wanting to go after him. But the problem is that the contraption that this other guy is in starts to go off. And the nails are getting like closer and closer to just
like drills, like two drills coming into his head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then it's like, do they catch Jigsaw and bring him down, or do they save this guy?
Well, this is like another stupid thing too, because at this point, I think Danny Glover has Jigsaw like on his knees in front of him, and he's like yelling at him, like, tell us how to turn it off. Tell us. And I'm like, these are the things in movies that I really hate, but I get why they can't do it. Is like, take off the fucking hood. Like, look at his face. It's right fucking there. Like, every movie they do that. Like, in Scream movies, like, Ghostface is laying on the ground. Fucking, I know what you did last summer. He's laying on the ground. Just fucking look at his face. He's
Rob,
right
here's my solution in those moments. And my solution is immobilize the guy. Shoot his hand, shoot his leg, shoot something that's not going to kill the guy, but that's going to immobilize him and not allow him to run away. Like, have you guys ever thought that when you're watching these like situations?
I'm usually just like unmask them, like take off their mask. I'm not like shoot them in the leg, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's hella crazy. They're able to stop the drills from reaching the guy.
I think Singh like shoots the drills and it stops them. But
Which
then
is
at that
cool.
point,
I would have done that.
Yeah. Then at that point, like, unbeknownst to us, like fucking Jigsaw like fucking has like this giant blade that comes out of his fucking like jacket and shit, and like cuts.
I'm
Danny
really
Glover.
seeing James Wan now. I'm really seeing him.
Yeah, he like turns and like cuts like Detective Tapp's like throat. You know, yeah, like pretty crazy too. I was like, holy shit, yeah.
That scene was crazy because I was like, oh shit, I don't remember this happening.
Yeah, I don't remember him dying this early. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so at this point you're like, well, his throat's been slashed, so like he's clearly a goner. And so then we see Singh trying to go after Jigsaw, but unfortunately Singh, you know, trips like a wire. And this scene was gnarly, and like
that was brutal.
Guns just shoot down
like
at him.
4 or 5 like mounted shotguns above the door, the doorway. Like when he tripped the wire, it just like hit him as he passed by. That was rough.
Yeah,
oh, that was rough. Yeah. So Singh dies. Jigsaw gets away. And then we quickly find out that somehow fucking Tapp survived. He's like still alive and just has like a gnarly scar on his throat.
I guess it just like skimmed his neck. It didn't like go into his neck, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but now he is fully obsessed and just like he wants to catch Jigsaw. Like this is very personal for him now.
He's like very full on like Beautiful Mind where like he's obsessed. I think he gets like he gets fired from the police force, but then like he decides to make it like a personal vendetta. All of his walls are covered with like the newspaper articles of Jigsaw. It's like that typical thing.
Very Seven.
He's rogue. Very Seven. Yeah. Absolutely.
It is very Seven. Yeah. And so we see that he's actually watching the outside of Lawrence's house. He's like tapped into Lawrence's house and just watching, like waiting to strike.
This is like a crazy scene to me too, because he's watching the house and he sees Zepp. He sees Zepp in the fucking window. He sees Zepp
in there. Yeah.
And he doesn't even like. It's not. He says something like, "Why are you visiting the doctor this late?" Like I was like, "Motherfucker, why aren't you like busting into this house? You know that's not the husband."
Exactly.
I was like, "What a fucking weirdo."
That's exactly. I was like, dude, why aren't you going in there and saving everyone's life right now?
Yeah, I was like, I would have went there. I at least would have done something. I'm like, that's weird. Some like random stranger is just like in the window, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. Oh my god,
that was definitely a little bit weird.
Yeah, that bugged me. But okay, all right. Move on, Laura.
So moving on, we're back to the dirty bathroom, and we're back with Adam and Lawrence, and Adam's like, "Oh, why don't you turn the lights off?"
Oh, that's right.
Out of nowhere, Lawrence is like, "All right." So he turns off the light, and then we see like a lit up X on the wall.
Yeah, it's a glow in the dark. Yeah.
And Lawrence is kind of like, how the fuck did you know that? And so he immediately like breaks the wall where the X was, and he finds a box. And inside the box, there are 2 cigarettes, a phone, and a lighter. And then a note that reads like something along the lines of, the cigarettes are harmless, but you don't need a gun to kill Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think he reads this out loud to Adam, right?
No, I don't think so. I think
he doesn't.
I think he just reads it to himself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Adam like sees cigarettes and he's like, "Oh man, like give me a cigarette," and
right.
Yeah. Anyway, and after opening up the box, that's basically when Lawrence remembers like how he got there. Like he all of a sudden remembers the night before. He was in like a parking garage, and that's when the same cloaked jigsaw figure, but this time with like a horse mask?
It's a pig.
It's a pig?
It reminded me of the village.
It's a pig with hair.
You guys remember the village when those like pig masks with the red cloaks were walking around?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought of. Yeah.
So he's telling Adam like, "Oh, and now I remember how I got here," or whatever. And then this is when Adam decides, "Oh, I'm going to share some more information with Lawrence." And so that's when he decides to show him the photo of his family tied up and like what the back says. And basically admits like, that's how I knew to turn off the lights to find the X. So Lawrence goes totally apeshit. Something I forgot to mention earlier is that they kind of, I don't know how they figured this out, but they figured out that it was like they were being watched. Did they see the light?
Well, it was because Adam was like throwing out of his frustration, he was throwing shit across the room, and he accidentally hit one of the mirror. And when he picked up a shard, he noticed that it was two-way.
It's like a two-way.
So he continued to throw pieces of like debris at that same mirror, and it revealed a camera.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So Lawrence is like going fucking apeshit at the two-way mirror, just like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," and he's really losing it. And then that's when we see that Zepp is like watching. He's watching them and watching this all unfold. And so Lawrence puts one of the cigarettes in the blood that's coming from the dead man because we were told that the dead man had poison in his blood. And so he puts the cigarette in the blood, and then he turns the light out, and you hear him whispering to Adam, like, which is like, it's like, okay, we get they're going to try to trick him, but this is like two children trying to trick their parent. Like the light goes out, he hears all the whispering, right? And so then the light goes back on, and they put on a fucking skit, and Lawrence like throws the cigarette over to Adam.
He's like,
Adam pretends to smoke it, and then he like seizes on the floor. And
what do you give his death rating out of 10? Like his
a 3.
Man, yeah, it was definitely like it looked like me trying to act again. Yeah.
No, your acting is a million times better than that in that moment.
I mean, that has to be like something crazy. I always think like an actor having to act like it's not like he's a bad actor. Like to me, that's always like crazy. It's like you're like within a box within Enigma. It's like, oh my god, like that was so easy.
Right.
Yeah. But it was definitely like kind of funny. I kind of chuckled a bit when he was like,
me too.
Like,
yeah.
Like,
well, the Adam character is funny. He's a funny guy.
He is funny. He has a lot of good lines. Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously Zepp like is not fooled, so he electrocutes Adam.
Right.
And he like freaks out, and then Lawrence gets pissed, being like, "Dude, you fucked up. Like, why did you fucking come out?" And he's like, "I was fucking electrocuted. What do you want?" And Lawrence seems to be like, "You're a fucking liar."
He doesn't believe him, right?
It was kind of funny.
Yeah, he does not. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He doesn't believe that he got electrocuted. Yeah.
It was kind of funny.
And so that's when we get an Adam flashback. We see the night that he was taken and brought into this room. And that was a fucking scary scene. Do one of you guys want to talk about that scene? Because it was scary.
It's a good sequence.
Well, the one thing that I want to point out is like, I don't remember, I can't recall any movies doing this before Saw, but the first movie I can think of is 28 weeks later. But it's this idea of using a camera's flash to reveal something in the movie, in the scene. So he's like walking around. We find out he's a photographer. He's being paid to take candid photos of he's being commissioned to take photos. He's like a private investigator. And what happens is we find out that Jigsaw is his client, and he doesn't ask questions. He just takes the photos. He gets paid. Very easy job. But that's also the vice that Jigsaw uses to admonish him into torture. So, but what we see is that he walks around the what do you call that room where like you develop photos, like a black room or a red room? I forget what it's called.
Oh,
I think there's just
anyway,
photo room,
I mean, it is a red room, but I almost want to say it's called a black room. They call it,
He's walking around like the development black room or whatever it's called, and he loses power, and he realizes that someone is after him. So he clicks the flash of his phone, and this is like the game Fatal Frame from the early 2000s, and he every time he clicks the flash, it brightens up the room for just a moment so he can see what's happening. And he does this to like see what's going on when the power has gone out, and then he finally like encounters Jigsaw in like a secluded closet when he gets ambushed, and that's the last memory that he has before.
But first he sees the doll. Or the puppet.
Oh, right. He sees Billy, right?
Oh, my fucking
He starts like
God,
hitting me with a bat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
a good jump scare, though.
Yeah, it definitely
Really good
it's a great jump scare. It ratchets up the tension, and you realize like this is exactly how Jigsaw like gets his victims into these crazy situations where they're like locked up and they're like tied to his game. He ambushes them. I think we don't really see exactly how he like, does he sedate them? Somehow he overpowers them and he knocks them unconscious because they don't have any recollection, and then he gets them involved into this game to where and like there's a little bit of an overlap to where we find out like who John Kramer is, what his philosophy is, and why he does this to people. But yeah, this is the scene where we realize like where Adam is sort of like his life is intertwined with the doctor's life.
Right. Yeah. And so after Adam's flashback, it takes us back to the bathroom, and the phone starts ringing that they got from the box, because they figured out that the phone only received calls and didn't. That's why they couldn't call for help. And so the phone rings, Lawrence answers, and it's his daughter crying, screaming like help, help, help. So just horrible. And he's like slowly losing it. He was cool, calm, collected in the beginning of this movie. He is just like not okay at this point. And then Zepp puts the wife on and like tells her what to say. And she tells Lawrence, like, do not trust Adam. Don't trust his lies. He already knows you. And so that's kind of how he finds out that, it all comes out that Adam was paid to take photos of him. And so that's when Adam's like, all right, might as well show him this other thing that was in the trash bag from the beginning of the movie. So he pulls out the trash bag. It's a bunch of photos. And so Lawrence is looking at them. They're all of Lawrence. But then the very last photo is a picture of fucking Zepp. And so that's when it hits Lawrence. That's my orderly. That's who's doing this.
Yes.
And so he loses it. He loses it. And also right at this moment, it's 6 p.m. So 6 p.m., Lawrence has run out of time.
Cutoff time, right.
Yeah. And so Zepp gets up, and mind you, the phone is still, it's a live call still. So he's still hearing everything. Zepp gets up to go kill Allie and Diana. And of course, like the mom's fighting back, and it's just, and at this point, Glover sees that, or he hears something going on.
He finally hears gunshots. I think at some point, like the mom, like got her hands loose, and then he came back in the room, and she acts like she's still tied up. And then when Zepp goes to like point the gun at her, she like jumps on him and like grabs the gun, and then gunfire starts going off, and Danny Glover sees like the flashes, so he finally is like, oh, I guess I should go over there and check that out. So he finally goes over there. Yeah, so kind of a lot's going on at this point, because
Danny Glover's chasing Zepp on foot at this point. But Lawrence is still hearing. He's hearing gunshots, screaming, crying.
Yeah. So
and this is just
killed.
like, he thinks they're getting killed. So and this scene.
This is like the ultimate like scene. Like this is what everybody remembers from this movie, right? I mean,
it is, like, but I didn't remember like his words moments before. And that was such a like treat
Lawrence's
this time.
Words?
Yeah, he just, in the middle of all this stuff, he just goes, fuck this shit! And then he just grabs the saw.
He really? He said that?
Yeah, he says, fuck this shit. And then he starts
funny. I don't remember that.
Fucking sawing his foot off. And Adam is just in the background screaming at him.
I don't know what's worse, like the doctor's face doing it or Adam's reaction when he's doing it. Like they're both like great, but like Adam's reaction of like horror and like scared and gross is like great in this part. Yeah, he's just going to town on this fucking ankle. Yeah,
I know. And fucking crazy. They show less than what I remember too. I was like, okay, I can handle this.
They show the start of the cut, so you're like, oh shit, it's going through,
you see and the blood spurting out.
Yeah, and then they really just go like splurting stuff on his face and shirt, and like I said, and he's just turning paler and paler as he cuts, and then like I said, they're going back to Adam. Adam's face is like, oh, Adam's like screaming,
and this is the whole point of the movie being called Saw, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Which, like, when you put two and two together, it becomes a very pivotal moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's called Saw not because they can get out with the saw; they can unchain themselves. It's because, like, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to do what it needs? What needs to be done to like survive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this scene is like the moment that, like, I don't know about you guys, but this is the one thing that I remember outside of like what happens later, right? Like, in terms of like, the end of the movie. But this is the moment that like stuck with me all these years.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think all of us for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's sawing off his foot, and then it goes back to the chase scene, and fucking Top accidentally shoots himself and kills himself in the middle of this like foot chase scene.
No, he doesn't shoot himself. Like him and Zepp are like fighting for the gun, and Zepp has the gun, and Zepp is like holding it over his head, and Danny Glover's trying to get it, and then like Zepp like drops down and like shoots like behind him into Danny Glover's chest. So
I thought he did it himself. I was like, what the fuck? You survived your throat getting slashed and then you shoot yourself?
It's kind of like being like, oh wow, that sucks for you, Tap. You went out pretty lame.
Yeah. So and then it goes back to Lawrence, and now that his foot is fucking sawed off, he can get out of the chain.
And he's like crawling on the ground.
Yeah,
like,
he's crawling on the ground.
He's like so pale. So pale.
Yeah, it was a little much.
It's to the point where I'm like, I don't think you're gonna live.
No, I don't think he's gonna live either.
You're a doctor, shouldn't you know this? But it's just kind of, I don't know. I mean, looking back, it makes me kind of laugh when he's like crawling on the ground. He's like, "Oh, fine,
like,
help!" Like, dude, you're not gonna make it past the door, dude.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to sell us on this like moment of desperation.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I was not totally with him in this moment of like he's doing everything he could. All he wants is for his family to be safe. The paleness seemed like a little bit over the top.
It was over the top. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheesy. I was like, I remember Saw being cheesy, but it totally is. It's like kind of cheesy.
I mean, have either of you ever sawed off your foot? You don't know what it looks like.
No, I've not.
I know, right? We're like, oh my god, how cheesy it is. He sawed off his foot, and he's like, he's so pale. I would not be as pale.
It's more just like the like shivering. Because I get it. He's pretending he's in shock. The actor's like, I'm going to play someone who's lost a lot of blood and who's in shock. But he was just like, yeah. Like, okay, I don't know. So anyway, so he crawls across the floor to the dead guy, grabs the gun, takes the one bullet he's got, puts the bullet in, and then he shoots at him.
Yeah, because I mean, the time is like up, but
it's after. Yeah, time is up.
In his mind, he still thinks if I kill Adam, like they're gonna be okay.
He's doing everything he can.
They're gonna stop possibly murdering them. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. And so Zepp shows up right at that moment, opens the doors. And then Lawrence is like, okay, I shot and killed Adam. And Zepp is like, it's too late. And Zepp is about to kill him. But then luckily, Adam isn't actually dead because Lawrence just shot him in the shoulder. And so Adam,
he winged him.
Fucking, he grabs one of the... Oh, he grabs the top of the toilet.
Yeah.
Oh.
And just destroys fucking... I mean, you don't see it, but it like destroys his fucking face. Yeah.
Yeah. Smashes his head in.
So Zepp is like gone. Yeah.
So Zepp is gone. And then Adam actually finds a second recorder on the dead guy at this moment.
Yeah.
Oh, on Zepp, yes.
Oh,
not the first dead guy, but Zepp.
So, by the way, this whole time, you're meant to... like, every time they show Zepp, he doesn't do himself any favors. Honestly, he acts like a serial killer. He's like, I'm going to kill your wife. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Yeah. The whole time you're thinking, this guy is Jigsaw.
Yeah.
So it is actually pretty surprising to find this tape recorder on him to where you find out he's actually a victim himself.
Yeah, he plays the recorder, and then what does the recorder say? It says like
the recorder basically says that like Zepp is poisoned as well, and told that if he wants the whatever to save him, and that he's got to kill Lawrence's wife and daughter. So that's what he was set out to do. All of this shit just for that.
Yeah.
So he's not Jigsaw. We still don't know who Jigsaw is.
Correct.
Yes. But Zepp is dead, and Lawrence hobbles off, like to
crawl or
to go die down the corridor, probably.
Yeah, he goes like around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the big moment. That's the ending moment. You guys want me to do it? You want to do it?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it, Laura. Go for it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The dead guy in the middle of the fucking floor gets up. This was like the biggest twist ever. So he slowly gets up. Yeah, and then he immediately takes off like fake prosthetic makeup that made it look like he had blown his brains out.
Right.
And it's the fucking old guy with the tumor, with the cancer from the beginning of the movie that the doctor, Dr. Lawrence, was like talking about his tumor in front of him all willy-nilly.
It goes back to that flashback again, like showing you again like him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a great shot. It's a great shot when Adam is like, he listens to the tape, and you're just like, that's when you're, like I said, you're revealing, like, wait a second, this isn't him. And then it's like an over the shoulder of fucking Adam, like seeing the background, and you just see like this head start to pop up, and you're like, holy shit, is that the guy? And then it cuts, of course, to him standing up. But it's a great shot by James Wan. Yeah.
It's just like, I don't think anyone in 2004 could have predicted that. It was so shocking. You know,
because the movie the movie throws so much at you, and you're so busy trying to figure out like what's going on with these people. And I think literally from the first scene, they convince you that the character that's in the middle of these two main characters is dead. He's a victim. Yeah. And why else? Why wouldn't he be dead? He doesn't move. He's got blood like from every orifice of his body. So you take it as a given fact. So at the very end of the movie, the fact that he gets up and does what he does is just oh my God! This was the moment that literally stuck with me more than anything.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I'm still not sure though. Like, was he conscious the whole time on the ground listening?
This is something else I have issues with too. Like,
good question. Sure.
Because the way he gets up and like almost like stretches, like he just was fucking waking up from like a nap. Like
he does like the, I don't know if you guys do any yoga. He does like the bird dog pose.
Yeah.
So his back. Like,
so that's what. Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure. Like, was he like just laying there the whole time, like conscious listening, because he likes to watch too or whatever?
He had to.
Yeah, he likes to be there.
Because like the moments where Adam was electrified, that had to have been done by his hand.
Because he had the other. Because he does. Yeah.
he had the remote control that could electrify people. So he had to have been like conscious the whole time.
That's crazy then. That's crazy. I mean,
he also has access to things that paralyze you, or you're not dead.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought
so.
Maybe he took something himself to make his heart, slow down. And he's so good at this, he timed it to where 10 minutes past 6, he's going to wake up. Because he knows that's when he needs to get up.
Possibly.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I just didn't sure, like, if he is just laying there and alive, like, yeah, I mean, you'd see him breathing, like, fucking, he might fart, like, who knows?
He's like an old guy with cancer. He's dying. Like, how can he do that? Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
There's problems
maybe somebody watching, like, shout it out in the chat if you went down a rabbit hole, you love Saw, and you figured out that bullshit. Let us know.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, but he basically like tells Adam like, sorry, like you lose, which I guess it seems like Adam was never meant to live. Like he never really had a choice. At least that's what I gathered.
He did have a choice because remember he tells him the key to your lock was in the tub with you. Sadly, it went down
right.
Oh, he let it flush
I
down.
totally fucking forgot.
I mean, like the very first thing you see in the beginning of this movie, like right when Adam wakes up, is like this weird blue light, like circle the drain and go down the drain. You don't know what it is, but so like. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think like it's just happenstance and luck that the key went down the drain. Like if he got up and he was like, "Oh wow, key!
Yeah,
I'm gone." Like this movie would have been 5 minutes long. Like it would have been like nothing.
Question.
Yeah,
but
that's right. So yeah, the key. He doesn't have the key. So Jigsaw, whatever. He stands up, walks out, and shuts the door. Locks. Locks Adam in. And that's how the movie ends.
It is a great like end shot when Adam is like, he's like reaching towards the door, and then there's like a far shot of Jigsaw, and he's just like just slams the door shut. It's great cinematography at the end of this movie. I really, really dug it.
Yeah, because they actually make Jigsaw, and it's not the first time they do this. They actually make him like so the whole time. Like as far as logistics, he's perfect because he's like set out all the plans. None of his plans fail, but there are moments where he kind of fucks up, like where he's running from Danny Glover. He actually gets shot a little bit.
He gets shot.
His like whole plan his whole lair gets infiltrated. So you realize he does have some vulnerabilities, but like at the end of the movie here, you realize that like, yeah, despite the vulnerabilities, he's thought enough in advance to come out on top.
Yeah.
But this is where I struggle. Like now that we know it was him the whole time and he's really old and he's like literally dying.
He's really old. Yeah.
How was he fucking running? And I mean, he got shot. How's he doing all this?
Maybe he took. Maybe he took the substance. He took the substance, and he's doing more shit. She was an old lady at that part, but she was like strong as fuck. So I don't know.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, there's just the things you're like, the disbelief. You have to fucking be like, all right, whatever,
Yeah.
In 1 minute he's like hobbling, and the next minute he's doing like parkour against the wall to get away. And
he was totally parkouring.
Like, yeah. I get it. Yeah, it's okay. It's 2004.
So how was it watching it? Like briefly, like versus when you watched the first time?
I mean, you can't like rewatch a reveal like this. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like you the first time you see this, it's like mind blowing. And you can never like re-blow your mind. Like your mind's already been blown. You know what I mean? Like you can't do that. So it's like
you can't blow me twice.
You can't do it. Once I'm done, you better stop. Don't keep going. It hurts. It hurts a little bit if you keep going. Don't keep going.
There it is.
Yeah. So like. So it's like, like watching this again, like 20 years later, like I really love it. Like I love cinematography, the story, the twists and turns, but like it's never going to be what it was when you first saw it. You always remember your first, right? You always remember your
first saw.
Yeah, the first time you blew it, you remember it.
I can't say that, so I don't know. I do not remember.
You don't know? Okay. All right, Laura. First time you got blown on. There you go. Yeah. First time you got blown on. There you go. Okay. Is that better?
Oh. Okay.
I forget sometimes Laura's work friends listen to this. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. What about you, Greg? What about you?
I agree. The one thing that has stuck with me for the last 2+ decades was John Kramer getting up and being like, "Oh my God, he was there right under our nose the whole time."
Yeah.
And I feel like there have been horror movies specifically that have tried to do this trope, this tactic of like, there's a twist. M. Night Shyamalan does it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like the twist has been right underneath your nose the whole time. Okay, fine. But this was it was monumental, and it's definitely something that I took away from this movie, and I have not forgotten. As we talked about, I totally forgot giant parts of this movie. I forgot Danny Glover, a prolific actor in Hollywood, was even in this, just because I'm so focused on John Kramer standing up in the middle of this like twist at the end. And it's like, to be honest with you, I like the twist. I don't think there's a person alive that can't appreciate what James Wan did with this twist. But some part of me feels like it took away from a little bit of what this movie could have been. Like, to be honest with you, like, I was much more interested in Jigsaw being like, I would have liked to have seen like the failures and the traps be more tragic. Like, I would have liked to have seen the traps be more avoidable. Not because the odds were like stacked against them, but like I would have liked to have seen Jigsaw being a more like horrifying moral force. Right? Like, to me, this whole movie was just him being like this hypocritical sadist. Every time he put someone in a situation, they were never meant to succeed, and if they did, it was by happenstance, right? Like, the movie throws a lot at you so fast, like all the time. And it's like, dude, like, let us live in a moment inside the aftermath instead of like jumping to just the next trap setup. Like, I feel like, in my opinion, like, the pain is scarier to me as a moviegoer, a horror movie watcher. It's scary to me when it lingers. Like, in a lot of ways, like James Wan like rushes past all of these like strong moments. But to be honest, like, I can't blame him. Like, you've got, what was the running time? Like, probably an hour and a half, right? You have an hour and a half to peddle this this short story idea and make it into like a full length feature. Like, I think he did like a pretty good job. It was pretty crazy, and like the twist at the end really is what stuck with me the most.
Yeah. I definitely feel like knowing who Jigsaw is, so it's really just like he's jealous. Like, he's dying of cancer, and these people he feels like throw their life away. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it like
they take
that,
life for granted. Yeah,
they take life for granted. It's just kind of like silly. I don't know. Like, he's
That's
just
silly, taking life for granted.
No, I just feel like he's like, oh, I'm gonna die soon. Fuck you. I don't know.
Well, do they not go into, and like, maybe this is a little bit unfair because they don't reveal his full backstory in part one.
Yeah.
But I feel like in like parts 2 and 3 they go into this idea that I think, am I wrong in thinking that Jigsaw actually tried to kill himself because of his terminal illness?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
I don't remember.
I think because of that, it's like, because of that, he believes that people don't value their lives, right? So he designs these games with rules and time limits, and he frames himself as like not a killer. Yeah. Right? So like, which I think this has to be the first time we've ever seen this. We've never seen a horror movie killer be like, I'm not the one killing you, you're the one that's doing it to yourselves. And if you want to get out of it, act in a morally righteous way. Like, that's super original to me.
Yeah.
And we also haven't seen any of the other ones. I mean, most of the other ones. So like, they could touch on all these things too.
Probably do. Probably do. We're probably gonna get shouted out in the comments. You guys don't
know
what talking about.
I know. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, coming from like Jigsaw 54 or something like that. Yeah. That's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there.
So, anything else to shout out? Any other like pros, cons you guys want to touch upon?
No, I think we covered it all.
All right. Well, time to rate this movie. Oh my gosh. What are we going to give it? How many
what?
Sausages.
That's what I was thinking, but I was like, no one knows. Okay.
Nobody knows I was eating sausages before we started recording. Like, that doesn't
Well,
even
now they
make
do.
sense. Well, now they do. I guess we can fucking do sausages then. Okay, all right.
Rob was eating sausages before we signed on, and I was like, you should leave.
Sexually eating sausages.
You should. I was like, you should leave them long and have them come out of your eyes like an X, like the poster from Saw X.
That's true. I should have done that. Yeah. Nope. I just slurped them down. That was it. Yeah. All right. So you want to do sausages?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. Why not? I'm pretty sure it's not the first time we've done sausages. I'm like 100% sure we've done it before. But
probably more than once.
So how many sausages out of 5 are we giving this movie?
Yeah.
Right?
Rob, you go first. What do you think?
Oh man, that's tricky. Like I really liked watching it again. Like after so many years, I definitely would say. I mean, I think we all have to agree. The first time you saw this, it's immediately a 5. It's perfect, right? The first time you saw this movie, like the mind blow.
Your mind was blown, right?
Yeah, it's perfect, right? 5,
Very
right?
shocking.
So I feel like you can't go 5 again because that's like the ultimate. Like I said, it has to be a little bit of a step down. I still really like it. I would say 4. I would say 4 out of 5. Maybe 4.5. Give me a half a sausage in there, maybe. Yeah, maybe 4.5. 4.5. Pretty close. Ooh, but it's still legit though. It's still good.
Wow.
Yeah. What about you, Greg?
There were certain things that like stuck out at me as like they didn't age well. Like there were these, like, I don't know if you guys noticed these montages where like it reminded me of, do you guys remember those commercials where it was like there were these anti-piracy commercials where it's like, you wouldn't steal a car, would you? You wouldn't pirate a movie. And it's like it's very like 13 Ghosts, very 90s, where it's like they have like very like aggressive rock music coupled with like flashing lights, and like that felt very aged and
super
cheesy
dated,
to me. Very dated. But like okay, I'll give James one the credit of like that was characteristic of the time, right?
What about those like sped up scenes where they're driving hella fast?
That's what I'm talking about. Like, Danny Glover's like following the dude from Lost to like the final kill scene. And it's like, okay,
super edited,
a little bit ridiculous, but like there are but I have to give credit to the fact that this is a brand new concept. You're letting it unfold in a full length feature. I give James Wan all the credit. Like, so there are like 3 rooms in this movie. There's like the main room, there's like the house, and maybe the police station / I don't know, the garage, the parking garage. Like, to me, like that might seem cheap, but I don't think that's intentional. Like, to me, when I'm watching this movie 20 years later, I feel totally trapped with these 2 dudes. They're arguing in circles. They're running out of ideas. They're bored. They're panicking. There's like this like repetition. To me, it's all part of this experience. And like it kind of reminds me of, I don't know when the last time you guys have done this, but I did an escape room with my brother and sister recently. And it's like, I think this movie might have been like the origins of like the escape room idea.
You're
stuck and you got to like figure out, you have to use a little bit of intellect. There's a little bit of horror involved to get out. And it's a pretty cool idea. Yeah, I wish that, I would have seen like the trap failures be more tragic, blah 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 blah, been like more like diving into like this like moral gray area. But at the same time, I go, that's what Saw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 were for, to like flesh out the rest of like this idea, this like moral gray area. But for like what it is to be like, yo, you have this serial killer who we're gonna try to put on the same level as Jason, Michael Myers, Chucky, and he's gonna do this like by letting people be the orchestrators of their own moral demise is a fucking brilliant idea. Like, I think that's so cool. And yeah, some parts don't hold up over time, but I feel like the parts that I wanted to see out of this movie were fleshed out in the sequel. So I definitely give it like a 4 out of 5. It's such a cool concept. James Wan is dope for making it happen. It's really grimy. It's like real. Like, I think it's really cool. So 4 out of 5 for me.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be pretty much aligned with you guys. I mean, I'm the same way. The first time I saw it, I definitely was like pretty grossed out and like freaked out. Because I hadn't seen really any body horror before this. Like I think I saw Saw, then Hostel, and then I saw Saw 2, and I think that's when I said I'm not a body horror fan. Like I can't do it. I'm just not cut out for it. And then I went pretty much, I don't know, almost 20 years without having to watch it until the pod started, and you guys made me watch some other body horror, and I slowly got desensitized. But so I don't know if I gave it a 5 when I first saw it, because it really like fucked me up. But yeah, I mean, having him saw his own foot off to survive, to live, well, maybe, quote unquote live, I don't know, I doubt it. And then the whole reveal at the end, yeah, mind blowing. Watching it 20 years later, you don't have the twist, and then there were just so many weird fucking scenes where I was just like, this is not a 5 out of 5 movie. I can't do it. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of struggled with it. I mean, I enjoyed rewatching it, but I don't know that I would like recommend it now. That sounds too harsh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this rewatch, I gave it a 3, but I'm going to say 4. Like you guys, because that first watch was just so powerful. And I don't want to forget about that. So
yeah, I get what you're saying though. It's definitely not a movie that I would just like throw on a Sunday to fucking watch all the time. No, you know what I mean? Not. Like it's one that I like appreciate for what it is, especially for the time. But it's not like in my top 10. Like, oh, I'm gonna throw on a horror movie today because I want to like have fun. It's just not that type of movie for me anymore. Right. Yeah,
the acting just got kind of cheesy towards the end. It was a little like over the top. I don't know.
Yeah. Early 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Not bad.
So I would say a 4 though, because that first watch, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that first watch in 2004. I think that's the caveat though.
Yeah.
Right. Can't forget that at all.
Yeah. Let us.
And honestly,
oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll admit it. I think it's that we're fucking spoiled. We've seen, like you said, bangers over the last 2 decades. So. Right. Going back to watch something from 2004.
Those bangers, in a lot of ways, have probably, like, this is a standing on the shoulders of giants moment. How many movies have stood on the shoulders of the Saw reveal? That's true. And like that concept, like you can't discount that.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you would rate this movie out of 5. See if we're all in line. Yeah. I'd be interested to know where people are at, especially with the time difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Well, I will close out our Psalmist episode. Yes. Subscribe, rate, and review our podcast everywhere you listen, and follow and contact us on Instagram, TikTok at Conjecturing Pod. Please let us know what movies to do next. Like that was so great taking your recommendation.
I'm surprised it took us it's been several years for us to get to like Saw 1. That's awesome.
I know. That's so. We've done like sequels of franchises, yet we haven't done the first Saw. That's crazy.
I know. We need like 30, 40 more years to finally do Saw 10. Yeah.
I guess you're right, guys. So stay healthy, keep up with your diet and exercise, and we'll, There
you go. We'll get there one day.
Rob, shout out where to find you, because you're famous now.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, X, Blue Sky, Instagram, everywhere at the RL Wrights, posting stupid memes, talking about my horror short film Cuddle that we're still talking about out there. It's almost at 1,000 views right now, which is super cool. I'm hoping by the time this episode drops, we'll be crossing that mark, but that's super cool. Like people really seem to like it. They dig it. It's like kind of crazy. But yeah. So keep following me out there. See what's coming next.
That's if you need someone to cuddle with us, guys, for the holidays.
Yeah.
That was so cute. I love it. We'll be your body pillow.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Your ear pillow.
Right.
Yeah.
Until next time, remember, horror is subjective, so conjecture away. See ya. Merry Psalmist. Happy holidays.
See ya. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.